This is difficult for me. Meghan and Harry, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of sick in my mouth as I try and describe this.
It was supposed to be another tidy little interview. A PR-safe segment on Morning Monarchs Live. Smile, sip tea, move on. That's what the producers promised Prince Harry's team. That's what they signed off on. But behind the velvet chairs and cucumber sandwiches, there was a different plan. Let's talk about what happened in Botswana, shall we? Boom. In that moment, the energy snapped. The audience didn't know it yet, but a line had been crossed. Not a PR line, a legal one. 3 weeks before that broadcast, Prince Harry's legal team sent a private memo. Strict, stern. No speculation, no pre-Meghan references. Botswana is off limits. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a warning. But Tom Bower didn't just ignore the warning. He read it aloud. Prince Harry's office has cautioned us against any mention of psychotropic misadventures during his 2012 royal visit to Botswana. And that was it. The broadcast veered off the rails and straight into royal no man's land. This wasn't gossip. It was provocation. Lady C exposes Botswana files. Tom Bower drops pre-Meghan bombshells. Harry storms off set, legal team mobilized. Let's break down what actually happened.
And the feral children, and they left them with the chickens, and all she does now with her jams that are crap is post pictures of her children.
Because what they said wasn't just damaging, it was surgically aimed. Lady C claimed Harry underwent a discreet private intervention program during a 2012 trip to Botswana. Her phrasing? Psychotropic misadventures, unfit for print, but unforgettable for those who were there. Tom Bower claimed 3 independent sources confirmed that Harry's behavior on that trip nearly triggered a diplomatic incident. Local officials wanted him out, the embassy stepped in quietly. Both implied that Meghan was briefed before the wedding and reassured that everything had been handled. Handled apparently meant buried, sealed, scrubbed from official logs. This wasn't a live TV fumble. This was a planned detonation. Lady C and Bower weren't there to talk royal gossip. They were there to test a legal boundary, to see what would happen when they said the thing no one was supposed to say. And now, we're seeing what happened. Because when Harry walked off that set, he wasn't just angry. He was cornered. And that's exactly when people start suing.
We're playing it. She's waiting for she's twerking with the baby to try and make the baby come.
When you get hit that hard on live TV, you don't respond with a PR statement. You go nuclear. Just 48 hours after the broadcast aired, Prince Harry did what few royals have ever done. He sued everyone. Not just the network. Not just the showrunners. He sued Lady Colin Campbell. He sued Tom Bower. He sued the producers of Morning Monarchs Live. And in a move that shocked even industry insiders, he named the network's entire legal department in the filing. Harry's team has filed for defamation, breach of privacy, and intentional infliction of reputational harm. They dug up the skeleton I buried in Botswana and aired it in 4K. But here's the twist. The lawsuit itself? It might have exposed more than it buried. Because now that it's in court, Lady C and Bower get legal leverage. And they're not backing down. Botswana, August 2012. Harry was 27. Single, wild, still recovering from his Vegas billiards tabloid meltdown. This was supposed to be a clean reset, a royal redemption arc. Instead, insiders say he disappeared for 72 hours. No security, no staff, no comms, just a group of European aristos. And as one aide put it, a satchel full of problems. One embassy worker later called it the sunset incident. What happened during those 72 hours?
Dancing to about getting that child support.
Sorry, you got it. I'm sorry. The greatest moment in British. Just do that. Just do that again.
According to Lady C, the British embassy in Gaborone initiated what she calls a soft intervention. No police, no press, just a quiet extraction and a silent cover-up. Tom Bower claims he found the file, a trip log, detailed, damning. Then in 2013, it vanished, erased, redacted from the official royal travel archives. So here's the question. If this never happened, why is Harry still so defensive? And more importantly, what did Meghan know and when? Because back then, this wasn't a marriage. It was a merger. And mergers come with due diligence. By now, the palace was scrambling. But Harry? He doubled down. No questions. Just a single pre-written statement. I have endured decades of press intrusion, but to weaponize disinformation about my mental health and private history is beyond despicable. But before the ink dried on that press release, Lady C went live. Again, if he sues, let him sue. I don't lie. And the truth has a way of surfacing, especially in court. And then came Bower. He didn't speak. He posted, The Duke forgets not everyone who knows the truth signed an NDA. And just like that, a scandal Harry tried to suffocate went viral. Across Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. What did the Lions see, Harry? That quote alone? 7.2 million views in 24 hours.
And I can do what I wanna.
My God. Is it me? Is it me, or is there nothing this woman... Is she ever going to get to the point where she literally looks in the mirror and goes...
More than any press statement could control. In trying to erase the narrative, Harry spotlighted it. His lawsuit became a megaphone. The Streisand effect in full royal regalia. Clips of Lady C's eyebrow raise. Everywhere. People weren't just watching. They were digging. Even news outlets that usually tiptoe around royal lawsuits went full feeding frenzy. Because now it wasn't just a scandal. It was a cover-up story. And cover-ups always play. And here's where it backfired, strategically. Because the moment you frame something as off-limits, it becomes the only thing people care about. The British public, they love a redemption arc, but they obsess over a royal fall from grace. Especially when it smells like power, secrets, and psychotropics in the desert. And this time, the story wasn't being told by a palace source. It was being crowdsourced by the internet. Back in California, things got weird. No Instagram posts. No couple shots. No Sussex-style PR pivots. Just silence. And for a couple that built a brand on unity, that silence spoke volumes. Sources close to Meghan told Page Six she was blindsided. She had believed, or had been told, that all past indiscretions had been settled in the Netflix deal. But here's where it gets icy.
Into here.
Yeah.
But instead, we've heard everything. Every grievance, every private conversation, every subtle slight turned into a headline from Oprah to Spotify.
That same week, a Montecito neighbor spoke to the Daily Mail. We haven't seen Harry, just Meghan, always on the phone. There's tension. You can feel it. Royal insiders say palace lawyers have gone full lockdown. No new statements, no leaked apologies. Just waiting. Because if Bower's subpoenas land, emails will be pulled, and those emails might explain a lot more than Botswana. They might explain Montecito's cold front too. 5 years ago, the world watched a fairy tale. A commoner, a prince, a crown, a love story for the cameras. But behind the scenes, there were documents, briefings, and files Meghan did read. According to a whistleblower, a former aide whose voice was digitally altered on Panorama Exposed, Meghan was given a briefing packet. Contents included the Botswana trip, the Sunset Incident, embassy communications, something referred to as Friends of Paolo. Do not mention Botswana 2012 Paolo psychotropics, media presence internal only.
Them and to make them feel like allegedly Diana felt in the end. All of this, that was what the escape was about. And I've said it so many times it bores me. I got it at that point. You know, when they got on that plane, I got it.
This wasn't gossip. It was documented. And Meghan, she signed off on it. So what changed? Why act shocked now? Was it about protecting Harry or protecting the brand? Because those emails weren't just internal palace docs. They're now part of Discovery. And if Lady C and Bower get their way, those emails become public record. The fairy tale was built on discretion. But the foundation might have been scrubbing a scandal, and that scrub job might have left digital fingerprints. Act 9, Why Lady C and Tom Bower Wanted to Be Sued, rewritten. Most people get sued in panic. Lady C and Tom Bower, they celebrated. Because here's what 99% of people missed. They wanted this. Tom Bower's legal team immediately filed to force disclosure of palace records. Not just travel logs. We're talking Meghan's pre-marriage briefing files, internal PR strategy documents, inter-office Slack messages about reputation scrubbing, and even emails between the palace and Netflix legal. If Harry wants the truth, let's make it public record. The secrets they swore to bury, royal lies, lawsuits, and Botswana. Coming September 2025. This isn't damage control. This is a calculated content strategy. A lawsuit isn't the risk. It's the marketing plan.
Unless you're a masochist. I mean, you're right. What made Princess Diana so unforgettable wasn't just her vulnerability. It was the restraint.
Yeah.
I mean, she chose moments. Meghan shares like she's live tweeting a breakup in real time.
And Harry walked right into it. This lawsuit isn't just about Harry's past. It's about the palace's present. Because if Bower gets access to internal comms, if Meghan's briefing notes become evidence, if Botswana's government decides to comment, we're not talking about a tabloid scandal anymore. We're talking about a constitutional embarrassment. A source close to King Charles reportedly said, he tried to silence 2 critics and may have blown the lid off our own legal protections in the process. Because here's what no one wants to say out loud. The royals don't just manage scandals, they manage secrets. And by taking this to court, Harry may have accidentally put the entire system on trial. The lawsuit was supposed to protect his image. Instead, it's ripping open a vault that no one, not the press, not Meghan, not even the palace, ever wanted opened. So what was in Botswana? Addiction relapse? A diplomatic screw-up? Or something worse? We may never know the full truth. But if this is how Harry behaves when someone gets close to it, then maybe, just maybe, whatever happened out there was nuclear.